Hello everybody out there, I'm Chris.
Mike.
And welcome back to another indie comic book review, guys. We got a lot of books this week. The books that we will be reviewing in this episode were released on
April 22nd, 2015.
However, the first couple of books were not released on April 17th, you say?
22nd.
22nd, sorry.
Yeah.
I heard 17th for some reason. And the first book, obviously the first two books we're going to be doing are from Dirk Manning. We got Nightmare World Volume 2, Chapters 7 and 8. We're starting with 7, Sleep Now in the Fire.
Yeah, and what this story is about, this woman named Tammy, who has a baby named Samuel, and she's telling...
Holy crap! And the baby's evil, and Tammy doesn't believe her, and the mother's gonna die, and then...
Well, the mother kills herself.
And then the woman keeps the baby.
Yeah. How did you...
Mystery chapter...
Oh, I was looking at that, I'm like saying, wait a minute, I heard this somewhere before, and I thought I was going crazy. That's where it was from.
And then that woman dies in Mystery too.
Yeah, okay, wow, that was something else. Now answer my question. This
Next
is chapter 8.
While you sleep, I destroy your world.
Yeah, and this one, I don't know, like, it's more the inner dialogue about this guy talking to Holms, literally, that's his name, about this weird, mysterious guy who just goes around and just kills people. Like, the artwork was a little bit... First of all, the Chapter 7 artwork was great. This artwork I was a little bit okay with, and the story was more like... I'm not saying it was bad. I'm like saying it was good and interesting, but basically it was just talking to Sherlock Holmes about the evil... mysteries. That's what I got. I mean, I may be wrong, but that's what I saw. But like I said, Nightmare World, I enjoy every week reading it, and definitely be looking forward to reading the next 2 chapters of the story. Okay.
And you were in the wrong chapter for Mystery. So.
Oh, whoops. I thought I was in the right one.
Nope. And you went too far out.
Oh.
Alright, we're in chapter 10 of Tales of Mystery, Volume 1. And in this chapter, there's a group of people who are humongous fans of mystery. So much so, they want to be heroes just like him. And they sort him out, they find him, and they want him to train them to be just like him. So that they can save the world from demons and evil and whatnot. And he tells them, no, you don't want to be involved in this business. One guy is very, very brash, and he actually points out, screw you, we want to do this, and you want to just hog all the limelight. So he takes this guy, of all people, and drags him in. He tells him about why he's there to begin with, and what he was doing. And after seeing what Mr. E did, and I'm not going to spoil what that was, the guy runs out and... let's just say it wasn't a happy ending for him.
Ooh.
And his girlfriend's like, what did you do to him? All he wanted to do was be just like you, and now he's dead. And Mystery's like, yeah, and there's a lesson to be learned there.
Wow.
And we will be seeing this woman again, by the way. We will be seeing, I forgot what her name was, Molly. We'll be seeing Molly again in the next chapter. I believe the next chapter is the last chapter for the first trade paperback. Hopefully we'll be getting some physical copies soon, so everything won't be digital. But in case though, I love the artwork. The story was really good. I definitely recommend trade paperback on Mystery Volume 1. Really great stuff. I love reading it each and every week. A real enjoyment. 100% recommend it. Now a book that I love reading whenever Dan has the chance to release one, and that is Argo 5. We are at Argo 5, issue number 17. I believe it came out last week.
Oh, really?
And Chain Reaction is actually the spotlight character of this book. I like the moments, I gotta say, in the beginning of the book with Blue Dynamo and Chain Reaction. I think that there should be, if Dan ever does another book with Chain Reaction, to have both him and Blue Dynamo star in the whole book. That would be awesome. Just the back and forth between the two of them would be hilarious. So, Chain Reaction watches a show called, what was it, Storage Trek?
Yeah.
And he wants to be on it because he wants to win lots of money by auctioning getting into the auction, bidding for the storage unit, and then finding something and making easy money, basically. And he shows up to an auction, he wins an auction, he goes in there, and I love how he's throwing all these great artifacts that would cost nice money away, and then he finds this golden cane, and he's like, cha-ching. So he goes to this other place that he saw on TV, which was Prince of Pawn, which is a pawn shop, and sees how much this golden walking stick is worth. And it turns out there's a little bit more than meets the eye to this, with this golden walking stick, and it has lots of connections to mythical, magical forces. And the artwork for the action in this book is great, with Chain Reaction trying to fight the guy who's being possessed by this golden
so basically, whoever possesses the cane gets possessed.
Well, I guess certain people that know the... And then there's a Ghostbusters little poke there, which I thought was hilarious. And in the end, of course, Chain Reaction wins, and the lesson learned here is not to watch less TV.
Or need to watch less TV.
That he needs to watch less TV. I love that he's in the pawn shop also, and he finds the nunchucks, and he's like, that's what I need right there. What was it? Was it over here? I want to see it. And he runs. Yeah, no, when he throws the vacuum down, he's like,
yeah, that one right there.
Here we go. It's nunchucks time, and he's like, that's his weapon of choice, so to speak. Awesome stuff.
And there's the pinup section.
The pinup section is awesome, as always. Great artwork from every single artist that's done a pinup in here. I love the pinup section. I love this one with the whole group, though. I don't know who is the artist on this one. Let's see. Go back to the beginning. Where Dan lists them all. Eric Blake. I really like Eric Blake's Argo 5 group picture. But all in all, this is a 5-star book, guys. I love reading Argo 5 each and every week. This issue spotlights Chain Reaction. Blue Dynamo is in the beginning a little bit, but mostly this is a Chain Reaction book. So if you're a fan of Chain Reaction, you're going to love this book. I'm a fan of all 5 of the Argo 5 members. Chain Reaction just, he speaks to me because he is from New York, and...
we are New Yorkers, after
and there
all.
There is a situation with a girl where he's like, how you doing? And then it turns out that girl isn't 18 yet. And that's all I'm saying. This was a really excellent book. I love Chain Reaction's personality also. I definitely would recommend it. Yes. As always, guys, if you want to check out any of Dan's books, check it out at Argo Comics.com. I almost said Argo 5. ArgoComics.com. That's ARGO Comics.com. And you can check out all the books there. Argo 5 is an excellent series. All right, now we're in this week's book.
So we got 3 physicals. One's from you and 2's from me. So Archie Comics Sonic Universe, issue number 75. One more month left until the Worlds Unite happens in this comic book.
And hopefully we'll get the issue for Free Comic Book Day this coming Saturday.
And I could just sum this up. I just want to show them artwork. All it is just Sonic chasing after Mel Sonic in a different world because he opened the portal to get the Chaos Emerald. Teams up with Silver, and it's great artwork, by the way. It almost falls in lava. Silver gets it, and Sonic gets the not Chaos Emerald. The well, yeah, it was Chaos Emerald. I'm thinking Shadow for some reason. Silver traps Mel Sonic in a different universe where Sonic goes back to his universe, and other stuff happens too. I don't want to give it away because I did review on Comic Frontline. So they need one more Chaos Emerald left because they got 6 of the 7. And the whole thing with Orba in the end is really something else. But it's the 75th issue of Sonic Universe.
There was over 75 different covers, no joke here.
Yeah, and 25 more until it reaches issue 100. So kudos to Sonic Universe for reaching 75 issues. Next book is yours from Zenescope.
Only one from Zenescope this week that I'm reviewing, and that's The Little Mermaid, issue 3 of 5. I love this issue. We get a little bit more into Erica's past, where the mother was giving birth, and the baby was taken away from her, and it was all, they believed at the time that it was the Sea Witch that did it. Erica's still going through being dissected and whatnot with the scientists trying to figure out all the secrets that Erica has inside of her. And then you got the Sea Witch who brings, what's her name, the mother to Zorro, and all she wants in return to help them find their daughter is his blessing, and we get a little bit of a flashback to when Zorro and the mother were, when the mother was pregnant, and then, like I said, with the baby being taken away, experimenting. Erica actually almost escapes, but she's working on a plan on escaping. So the Sea Witch gets Zorro's blessing, and then goes up and says she's going to make the best of it. Obviously, this is going to come back and bite everybody in the butt at some point, but very intriguing. Meredith Finch really is doing an excellent job with Little Mermaid. I think this book is really great. The artwork complements the great writing.
It brings a lot of potential to the book.
And I really love this book. I can't wait for the next issue. Every time I put this book down, I'm like, I need more. I really do. 2 more issues to go before the grand finale, but this is a really excellent series.
That indeed it is. And last one is the IDW book, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Color Classics Volume 3. This is the number 2 of 13 of City at War, and it's the Turtles in color.
Things wind down. I'm telling you now, enjoy City at War, because after City at War, things kind of start to wind down.
Yeah, like in this comic book, it's more of, Leo trying, to keep things a little bit calm, but Raphael's like saying, we've been trained for so many years and everything, we should just go out there, find the Foot Clan, and just, do what we do, rather than not do anything at all. And we get a little bit of Casey Jones' point of view of the fact that April is in Los Angeles and he's going to get her. Then we get April's point of view with his sister at the club. And it really just goes on those 3 perspectives. And I'll show you guys some artwork in color. And the Turtles are just trying to find just, the Foot Clan and what they can do to, with their training and everything, since Splinter's not around because he's meditating. So lots of stuff happens in this book, and they're just saying, it's official. We've been reduced to doing neighborhood watching rather than doing nothing at all. So I don't know. Like, I know you read the book, but I'm really seeing lots of.
I read the first part of City at War. I still have to read the second.
Oh, you gotta read the second, yeah. But I really like this book. It's really exciting. There's dialogue now in this one, unlike the last one, but it's more of focusing on Leonardo and Raphael in this one. And now we go to digital.
Digital, we're starting with Dynamite. King Dynamite, Flash Gordon, issue number 3.
Yeah, and from the last issue, we saw that Flash Gordon was going underwater because their ship was underwater. And why? Well, underwater, they had like these, whatchamacallit, those masks where you can breathe.
Yeah, the
helmets, yeah. And they meet up with this group, and they talk about, like, we're from Earth, and they're an enemy of Ming, not with Ming, because the people underwater are against Ming as well. And I know I'm saying his name right, Emperor Ming. So, there's lots of adventure going on. Great artwork, by the way. And Flash really makes friends with the people underwater. And the woman, what was her name? Why do I forget her name? The one that is in Flash's group. One of the girls underwater gets jealous because she has a little bit of feelings towards Flash.
Dale Arden?
Yeah, Dale Arden, thank you. Because she wanted to admit that she had feelings for Flash, but then they didn't really like that very much, so she wanted Flash for herself. And then Flash goes to save her, and then the doctor, the doctor, Zarkov, whatever his name is, finds something very interesting that you guys should definitely check out for yourself. And yeah.
The next is Solar, Man of the Atom, issue number 11, or basically Solar's daughter. I don't know why they're still calling it Man.
I gotta admit, in this comic book, what I liked is that Erica finally got out of her bratty mind and uses her powers wisely. Thank you. I've been waiting to see that Erica uses it, because, the father gives her the energy because she's actually more focused on what she needs to do. And I've been saying, this is what I've been waiting for. Just seeing that, and, a little bit of father-daughter moment I thought was also very, nice also. Then there's this, that character, I forgot what his name was, from last issue. Not this one, the one that looks like her father, but it isn't. Goes to fight her daughter, and there's other things that happened in this one. I can't remember. I think Luna, his name is.
I think, yeah,
or
something
Black
like that.
Lunar, something
Black
like that.
Eclipse.
Black Eclipse. That was the name, I think, right? Yeah, Black Eclipse. That she meets up with, and she actually fights against him with the use of the energy. It doesn't look good at first, but she gets more of the assists from that guy, and at the end she keeps giving him more power because like saying, give me your power and everything. At the end, the father comes in and says, let's finish this. So he's not dead no more, it looks like, because he looks more to be human than just a digital ghost. He is actually alive.
Looks like maybe she's freed him finally.
So they're gonna fight him together. Well, the father and daughter fighting Black Eclipse.
I feel like it's been a long time since we did this one. Sherlock Holmes versus Harry Houdini. Issue 5.
And this is the last issue probably, which is the reason why. So in this, we see that looks like Sherlock Holmes is dead. Is he? Of course not. We all know that because he learned a little trick, but we find out at the end of the book. I'm not going to say how. You have to read it. So now it's up to Houdini to find out all the clues that him and Holmes were teaming up on finding out. So there's like this big chaos that's going on in the little town, and he finds out who the person is behind this, and let you note to self, his wife, Houdini's wife, is still in the hospital with all of what happened a few issues back. So Holmes does come back to help out Houdini with this case, and they have to get out before there's a big, huge explosion, which they do get out of successfully, and lots of other stuff happens with the whole snap of the fingers in Russian terms, and more is explained there. They save Bessie, who has a bomb under her wheelchair, and what they do is that they get her out of it because there's no way they could dismantle the bomb very quickly. And then it goes into the end where it's all happy ending, and he explains how he got out of the whole dead thing. Well, I could say he learned from Houdini. So if you know the best, you learn from the best. But it was a really great book. I definitely recommend trade paperback for that one.
I believe this is the last Dynamite book.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Lady Zorro, Lady Rawhide, vice versa. Issue number 2.
Yeah, and I don't know about this book. Like, the team in this book, like, it looks like they want to be teammates, but then they sometimes have disagreements with each other. Like,
well, that's the premise of all team
That's
books.
what I noticed in the book, is what I'm saying. But, it's just a little girl that they were talking about from the last issue. And if you want to find out more about that, you read the last issue about that. And then they meet up with this guy who knows information. There's some about the slavery that's going on about these girls, and they're trying to find out who is behind this because they don't like that they're using these little girls, or little kids actually, but mostly girls, to use them as slave and other stuff. And Lady Rawhide meets up with this guy who she knows of from the past, and I think she has like a little bit of a love interest for him, because that's what we see. Then this woman comes in out of nowhere with a shotgun, just wanting to try to kill the both of them, which she doesn't. And then they just go riding along, and they just run into something that could be much worse than they were in before. I'm leaving it at that.
Alright, we're in Dark Horse. Tomb Raiders. Digitally.
Yes,
issue number
digitally.
15.
What can I say about this issue? I don't like the way they're drawing Lara Croft, number 1.
Artwork definitely looks different.
Yeah. Number 2, it's just really just going through, the jungle, and it looked like it was from a video game, really. And Kat's in that book, I don't know what's going on with her ever since that spell that happened on the boat. So she meets up with this little girl, I trying to remember her name, because she heard about her from the last issue,
Mari.
And, they're going through everything, and she actually helps out Lara Croft of the adventures and everything, with the alligators, which is like from the game where you kill the alligators. And, then afterwards they're just going on the mission, like I was saying, through the jungle, and she's trying to help this little girl get back to her mother as well, because she was lost from what they said in the jungle. Then there's these things that are around, like these little bears and stuff, or like a bunny that she remembers from her mother from long time ago. But one of them has a camera, and one of them sees Lara Croft. We don't know who it is, but it's going to be next issue. So semi-okay, but if the next issue doesn't show me anything, then I'm just going to drop it both. I did physically, so I will do it digitally if that comes to that.
Alright, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 10, Issue 14. We're in a new story arc now, yet it continues from the last story arc. And this story arc is called, I want to get the story arc title correct. Relationship Status Complicated, Part 1. So we find out that Spike is not killing anybody in his sleep or being possessed to. It turns out that there's a link to Spike and whoever is doing the murders. And in order to get to that link and find out where that link is, Buffy volunteers to go into Spike's head and trace that link all the way back to its source. Mm-hmm. And long story short, Willow and Giles succeed in getting Buffy into Spike's head. She sees things she loves, things that kind of make her cringe, and things that petrify the hell out of her. And Spike getting his soul back, which hurt like hell as far as what Buffy said. Then finally she follows the essence. It goes beyond Spike. It goes way back to the woman, past the woman that actually sired in Spike and Angelus and everybody. It's all the way back, and it leads to this demon called Archelaus. Archelaus. And Buffy kind of gets lost, and they have to yank her out, and she has a location of where this demon is. They go to face the demon. The fight doesn't go according to plan, and then things go from bad to worse by the last two panels.
Whoa! How did that happen?
I don't know, but complicated is definitely a good word for this story arc. Can't wait to read the next issue. Artwork is beautiful. Next, we have Chew, issue number 48. And Agent Cho finds a piece of blood from, I believe it was one of the three in the room. And it turns out that his daughter was not taken against her will. She was actually the one that allowed for Mason. Mason basically was there to take Olive with him. Basically, she wasn't out either. Both of them were faking being out cold, and she actually considers Mason more of a father than her father. And when her father sees this in the flashback, it kind of, yeah, you get like that shadowed face kind of feel. And then he sees into the future where Olive's going to go up against the Collector, and she's going to die. And the Collector actually sends a Gel Assassins. The Collector sends them after Olive. She actually takes the fight to them first, and she warns the Collector that she's going to be coming after him next. And Cho knows right away that if she does this, she's going to die, and the only one that's going to be able to stop him will be Agent Cho. And he also figures he's been a jerk to his partner, or his former partner. They make amends. The partner and the head chief make amends after he gets a new metallic horse body. And Agent Polio is officially gone. The dead body is gone. And you see the trash compactor. I like you. This is like one of those guilty pleasures, but I can kind of expand on it a bit more. Mike Spider-Slayer got me into this book, and I can't wait to read each and every month the next issue. It's more of a guilty pleasure more than anything else, but I love Chew. Definitely would recommend it. Honestly, I wish I could go back and start from the very, very beginning, though, because I feel like there's a huge gap between where I started and where the series started, and I feel like I definitely missed out on a lot. So hopefully they'll make a gigantic compendium like they're doing with Invincible and Walking Dead, and at some point I'll be able to catch up.
Yeah.
So we're in IDW now, and we're in Angry Bird Comics issue number 10.
Yes. And I believe there are 3 or 4 stories in this one.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, 4. Okay, because usually I'm used to reading 3.
And you have 3 minutes. So.
Alright, don't worry. So, first one, The Safest House, is basically where the bearded pig is trying to let the 3 pigs come up with ideas of how to make their fortress better. And whoever gets it, they get a gold star. So that's bringing more of their self-esteem up rather than being stupid. So they're coming up with more things, and whatever stupid things they come up with, they lose a gold star. And the plans they actually came up with, they were flawed in the past because the birds always found a way to destroy them, like the building, the spikes, the safe, and everything. So technically, they just ended it with just getting the swing and then all that. Then Red's scarf in the second story was Red about being cold, and Matilda gives him a scarf, and he doesn't like the scarf, but he wears it so that way, you know. But now he's stuck in the scarf, which gives the pigs advantage to get it. He uses the scarf to flee, to get the pigs to flee, and he uses it for the nest of the eggs. But then Matilda was nice enough to say, well, that means I gotta make you another scarf and a hat and yada yada yada. And I thought that was like really funny, that one. And then that's how the story ends. Earplugs is the third story where basically the bomb just wants quiet, and he uses the three birds as the earpiece to be quiet because they were making
one-page
noise.
thing, yeah.
And then Royal Carriage in the fourth and last story was just basically
another one-page
story.
Yeah,
just the king, just with his ways and stuff like that, and trying to get the eggs for himself.
Lots of advertisements at the end, I guess.
Yeah, there are lots of advertisements, and really that's all about the Angry Birds books for that one.
Alright, now guys, give us just 2 seconds and then we will be right back at the click of a button. Alright, and we're back, and now we're at Creeple People issue number 3. How was it, Mike?
Let me just get the comic issue picture up. And what happens in this issue is that, I can't remember his name. I think his name was, go down, I just saw his name. Dean, yeah. Dean is talking with Dr. Bopkins, I think that's her name, about, just trying to make the Creeples, something more than just, regular people, like an experiment, so to say. And there's just like a long big thing, and he kidnaps her. So the three kids, one of them, that they were going on a date with, actually turned out to be an investigator of this cult or something. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. And they're using these Creeples as, like I said before, an experiment. So they're trying to find a way of how they can get there. And there's like a red dragon that goes there. And one of them enjoys a ride a dragon by using fireworks and stuff like that. So I thought that was actually a funny scene right there. So then the two are actually just trying to find out more information about what they're doing with the Creeples. I'm going to call them the Creeple, even though it's called Creeple People, but I'm calling them that. The artwork's very nice, and they get caught, but then they actually have more people to actually help them to fight against the group. And then everything gets a little bit haywire, and they're trying to get Dean, which they actually do, or one of them does. I guess a green wasp it looks like, or something. I don't know, but it's funny. And then the end, it just says the end with a question mark of one of them talking. They actually say a word. I'm like, Creeples can talk? Since when? It's the end question mark. Is there going to be more? I don't know, but I hope that there is.
This is by Mark Waid, so I'm very curious to see what your take is on this. Empire Uprising, issue number 1.
Yeah. I thought this issue was a little bit interesting. Like, it just talks about, there's this holiday that happens every year where, wait, go down, stay there. And the anniversary of Princess Delphine's death. And basically when that happens, they have to have a moment's silence for an amount of time, like not to say a word or anything. They have to be quiet because it's due to that thing. It's like a national holiday, like so to say, where they have to hold their nose in their mouths and not say a word or breathe or anything, I guess. Or maybe breathe, I don't know. And then there's these guys here that go in as a mask of this this girl that, I forgot what his name was, that, like, they're trying to kill him to get rid of the Empire. No, keep going. Count. Yeah. Golgoth. Lord Golgoth. They thought they killed him, but he didn't because he has immortality, and he just slices them up, slice and dice them. You know, I could tell it was by Mark Waid Wald, the slicing dicing like he does with Daredevil. So I can actually see that. And there's other stuff that happens in the book between two characters. With Exna and...
Xana.
Yeah, I meant Xana and this other guy. I can't remember what his name is. He's part of the Lord Golgoth group. You know, because he has like information like why Golgoth hesitated on a certain statement. Luke Cullen. So, you know, because there was a statement that he hesitated on, and he wants to know why he hesitated. You'll have to read the book to find out more information.
Alright, next we got the Powerpuff Girls Super Smash Up, issue number 4.
In the imaginary friend's house we go. After, of course, we get a little bit of a story in the beginning about Townsville getting invaded. The Powerpuff Girls aren't there, so it's just Dexter and the Professor. And they bring the Justice Friends in this, and I actually thought
God, it's been forever since I saw them. Yes.
Justice Friends assemble, and they use them to actually go save up Townsville. So I thought that was actually really, really cool. So meanwhile, we go to the imaginary friend's house where Dee Dee's there, and the Powerpuff Girls are trying to find Dee Dee in a hide-and-seek game. And there's like different rules or some. So Blue is actually the guy who has Dee Dee, and he really is a jerk, and it's like saying, no, he acts like a little kid, like saying, you know, you can't make that, you can't take us, it's my rule, and yada yada yada. And then she hiccups, and boom, shakalaka, she goes away again. And then we get a very special Mojo Jojo story. I know it's funny, at an ATM machine where he's trying to get more money, and it tells him to get a job. He gets a job at a kitchen and something, and it just doesn't work out for him. You really feel a little bit terrible for him, and
I feel bad for him.
No, it's just funny because then he works at a cafeteria or something because of what happened in the beginning story. It was really, really hilarious, and I can't wait to read the next multiverse that they're going to go to, but really funny.
I'm eager to hear this one. Samurai Jack, issue number 18.
Yeah, and in Samurai Jack, first of all, Aku does appear in the story, and I'm going to tell you when. He goes to this like shop where there are orbs, and he goes to this person who goes to this different world, and this person is actually Aku in disguise. Who didn't see that? I saw it a mile away that was going to happen. So he sends the army after Samurai Jack with a big fight, and of course he gets beaten up a little bit and rip, but then he gets mad, and when you get Samurai Jack mad, you better just watch yourself because he just outrages and uses his samurai technique along with his
beans.
Yeah, along with orbs, they're called actually, and he uses those orbs very wisely. And what I could say is that orbs actually helped him in this, and yeah, this is really something. Yeah, I really thought this issue was a wow issue. Samurai Jack's actually going back on top now.
Alright, now last two books are from Valiant. First, yes. Ivar, Time Walker, issue number 4.
And it really doesn't focus on Ivor, right?
Ivar.
Yeah. It actually focuses on this girl who he teamed up with. I can't remember the name for the life of me, but she's more of working about, you know, she's trying to figure out, you know, what she has to do. Like, there's just so many things in the past. We get a nice Twin Towers World Trade Center moment because she's in the past. And she sees a whole bunch of herself, you know, like in a good way, in a bad way. And she's just getting a headache from all this, like saying, you know, why am I like this? Like, who am I? You know, she's getting very confused of who she's going to be and everything. So, she just says, you know, oh, I should have not ditched Ivar, you know, why did I do that, and da-da-da-da. And it goes back to her story, I think, before her father died, it looks like. So, she tries to prevent it from not happening, you know, because there was this crash that he was in during this traffic thing. It explains it more in the story, and it happens anyway. So, she didn't alternate the future because what happened in the past, it happened differently the way he crashed. It still wound up with him in a crash, only differently, and just not surviving. So then we go back to the Ivar where he's fighting against this mystical creature, and the way he fights off against this mystical creature is very interesting. And they do meet up. Oh, wait, do they meet up? I think they do. I don't remember. Oh, no. She meets up with Neela. She meets up with the evil Neela. Remember that robot Neela? And she does exactly what he did in the first issue. Come with me to change history. I loved it. That last page just made me say, like, wow, first you followed Ivar, now you're following evil Neela. Oh, wow. This is going to be interesting the next issue.
And finally, Ninjak issue number 2.
Yes. This one right here. And that boss that he was going to investigate, he actually wants to, he says, like, in order to get more information, you have to, like, kill, basically, and do what he pleases, so that way, because if you don't, then you get kicked out and everything. And I love the artwork in this story, by the way. So, I'm trying to remember what his name is.
It doesn't say. It didn't say at the beginning of the book either.
It did. It said that he was going with, wait, go forward again? Like, right there. It said it in the beginning.
Cannon?
Cannon, with a K. K-A-N-O-N. So he's trying to, stay in touch with Cannon to find more information, but he's doing stuff that he wouldn't normally do. But then again, he's a ninja, so ninjas do, all that. So, and then he's trying to figure out a way of how to kill Cannon, because in order to do this investigation, he want to find out more information, but also kill him because that's his objective. So without him knowing that he's Ninjak, because he doesn't know yet, not until he meets up with Ninjak in this issue, face to face, he doesn't know who he really is underneath it until, yeah. I think he found
falls out a window.
Well, yeah, he falls out a window.
Then you get more of that.
Yeah, it's just the Lost Files.
Story.
I really didn't bother reading it because
I don't like the artwork.
It wasn't the artwork. It just was like, I was looking through it, I'm like, what does this connect to?
Gotcha.
I don't see anything, so I just didn't bother reading it.
Alright guys, so that's it for this indie review. As always, don't forget to check out Comic Related, Comic Frontline Zone for a podcast and Frontline Gaming Zone. Together we are your #1 source for comic related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. Really sorry these are late. Did some subbing this week, and unfortunately I think the big 2 review is going to be a bit late this week because of that. But we will be back on track for the last week of the first week's worth, or the first month's worth of Convergence books. So look forward to that. And until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting. We'll see you guys in the next review.
Later, everybody.